College Football Update with your host, Sean Spencer and Alex Loosemore.
Yo, look, speaking of Anthony's in here. Let's go ahead and move to the SEC race. We know it is already, the SEC championship is already booked. Yep. Both teams are in. Georgia, Alabama. We've seen this before. Are we going to see something different? Right. Are we going to see something different? Can somebody knock off the mighty Georgia? Or can Jalen Milroe continue to have the season that he's been having? Alec, what do you think, man?
Judging by my track record, I don't think I can have this one, especially with somebody in the comments.
He's waiting. He's
waiting for me to say it. He's just like chomping at the bit for me to say one bad thing. And I will say this verbatim. Georgia is the real deal, Anthony. Your team is legit. They're gonna beat Alabama. I'm not gonna say anything because every time I say something, the opposite happens. So,
and the mind games continue to play.
Yeah,
we're gonna win by 30. Yes. Don't be scared. Oh man, look, honestly, and to be honest, and I'm gonna come to you, Alex. Honestly, if there's something that Georgia's defense might fear, it's running a good running game and a running team that can run to the edge. We saw what Missouri was able to do, where they were able to get Schrader on the edge and even pound him in the middle. And at the end of the day, we have yet to see a defense be able to really contain Carson Beck once midseason. We saw those early games in South Carolina where they struggled. They got off to a slower start. And you know what I'm saying? And we saw some of those. But for the most part, teams have not been able to stop that offense. I think, in my opinion, Alabama's going to have to run the ball, control the clock. And let's not sleep on that defense, Alex. Coming to you, let's not sleep on that defense of Bama because, they're no slouch.
Yeah, this defense has played very well this year. And that's something that the Ole Misses and the Missouris haven't quite had, is not necessarily the level of defense that Alabama has, but the speed on defense that Alabama has. That's where those multiple 5 stars and recruit after recruit after recruit coming in those doors really helps. The one thing that scares me about Bama is that offensive line. Like Chris said, it is not good. Which is It's weird to say that about a Nick Saban-led team, but they've not had a good offensive line in a few years. It's been a while. But you need to run that ball to stop Georgia, to limit those possessions, and you need to be able to slow down the Georgia offense, because I don't know that you can stop it. Yeah. But you need to be able to essentially force the offensive coordinator to put the training wheels back on Carson Beck. Because it's the same thing I was saying with Penn State with Drew Aller. I felt like if they took the training wheels off him, look out. And it's exactly what's happened with Carson Beck. When you let him flourish and let him do what he does, he is a very good quarterback.
Yep.
So don't let him be comfortable. Don't let him play his style. If you want to beat Georgia, which I don't know that Alabama can do it. I think the two teams that have the best chance are us and Alabama. Mm-hmm. You have to dictate to Georgia how the game's going to go.
Right.
And nobody's been able to do that in like 3 years.
Right.
And I know we can say that Bama beat Georgia in the SEC title game. They got lucky. That was Georgia. Essentially, it was okay. We're in the playoff regardless. Georgia's just a different animal right now, and I think it's going to be tough for Bama to do it. I don't know that they can.
It's going to be real tough. And the only team that I've really seen in the last several years, like you said, take it to Bama. I got to go back to Ohio State, and that in the semifinal game, they had Bama down by 11 late in the game, and they kept coming at Bama, or at Georgia. But so we'll see. We'll see what happens in the SEC championship.